Good morning, Singapore. Welcome to Therapy Tuesday. It's Glenn, Angel, Daphne, and the Flying Dutchman. And joining us this morning is Dr. Geraldine Tan from the Therapy Room. Good morning, Jerry.
Morning.
Good morning, and I'm not live on location. I'm live from the center.
Your location.
You're sounding amazing.
So, Jerry, we're talking about change today.
Yes, because 2 weeks ago, I think FD was talking about change and how it affects. So I thought I wanted to pick up on that because it is so important. It causes us so many different emotions, and I thought I wanted to check in on everyone today.
And that's interesting that you said that it causes us so many emotions, because change isn't always a bad thing, right?
So yeah, I think also because, recently we had the voting and recently we had a change, and I thought it was a nice thing to talk about it. So it was a change at a national level. So change can occur at many different levels. So that was change at a national level, perhaps even a global level. I'm not sure. Right?
Yeah, and I think the only constant in life is change, right? So it's learning to deal with it and how you adapt that will guarantee that you have mental wellness.
Yeah.
I suppose.
Not many people can deal with change, actually.
No.
I know of
Yeah.
many people who absolutely hate change. How can we help these people, Jerry?
I mean, that's why we're talking about change, right? Because we cannot escape from change. We have to face it head on. And it's how, like what Daphne says, right? It's how we're going to face it head on. But I think FD was sharing the last, 2 weeks ago, about change. Maybe you can trigger my memory again.
Oh, we were asking people whether or not they were afraid of change. I think Glenn says people hate change. I tend to think they fear it.
Some people.
I think they fear it. And having gone through massive change a couple of years ago, I can understand why.
Who went through massive?
I did.
Oh,
I did.
did you?
Like health?
No, because my two girls got married and left. That was huge.
Empty nest
nesting.
syndrome.
Yeah, that's huge change, and it was not comfortable.
Right.
But you knew it was going to happen, right?
But you can't prepare yourself for it.
Yeah.
It's impossible to prepare yourself for empty nest.
Yeah, because you imagine, you have that in your life for 20 plus years.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you don't have that same routine of the waking up, the having meals together, the who's in the shower right now, what is this person doing, So it's
Like a
hard.
boisterous house becomes quite an
Quite
becomes
quiet. Yeah.
But I wonder what's worse, empty nest syndrome as change or change at the workplace. Let's continue to talk to Jerry about this on the Big Show TV. In the meantime, here's Kelly Clarkson, Favorite Kind of High on Kiss 92.
Change at the workplace.
Yeah, I
What do
think
you
the
mean?
majority of people, well, they might be... Okay, let's say you're in a department for a long time, and then after that you're asked to move to another department, right? And you have new people who are under you, or you're there working with a new bunch of people.
Or even if you change departments, or if you are due for a promotion but you're scared of change, so you don't go for it, like there are some people that are like that.
Yeah.
Stay at the same position for 10 years when you definitely have the ability to go further, you just don't want to because you're afraid of change.
Yeah, and I know of some people like that, 20, 30 years in the same position and really not enjoying where they are.
Yeah.
But staying there because it's
Comfortable.
It's comfortable and it's guaranteed and you've got your paycheck, but to venture out to something different, you may not excel at it.
Or the UBS Credit Suisse merger, right?
Yes.
There's a major change there. Yeah. So I suppose how then, or what kind of emotions do you think are evoked? Can be a personal one. So you can share a personal story. You can share something that you think might happen. FD shared, his empty nest syndrome where the girls got married.
Yeah, but it's all been like negative.
I think on the negative, on that realm, I feel like because I move so much and I try to be flexible about my life, I feel like I might have like slid into kind of being addicted to change. Like I almost cannot deal with consistency, and that's like a whole other side of that.
Is that a good
Right.
thing, Dr. Jerry? I mean, being addicted to
Probably not.
wanting things to constantly change, or I mean, is that a thing?
I mean, if you're always looking for excitement, so there are some personalities that constantly look for excitement. They get bored very easily when things are a little bit quieter. Then it might not be so good because you're on a hunt, you're on the prowl for a lot of a thrill. And, you know,
Sounds like me.
sometimes the thrill, it might get you into trouble sometimes, you know.
Totally.
So, yeah, so everything in moderation.
Yeah, I think like for me, the change was when I joined the morning.
Okay.
You know, I had never done morning on a permanent basis, and you guys have been doing it for like more than 2 decades. The waking up, the crossing out of social life in the evening
Because you have to.
you have to sleep early. You know, and only making the weekends for things like that.
Yeah.
So, but I love it because, and it was quite easy for me to get into that rhythm because I realized that I do enjoy waking up early because I have the rest of the day to conquer. You know, I feel like I have so much more time because I feel like if I wake up at 10 a.m., for example, or 8 a.m., I've already missed 8 hours of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, no one wakes up at midnight to start the day, but I feel it was like that. But now I wake up at 4.
Yeah.
And I've gained
The
myself
whole
an
day.
extra 4 hours.
Yeah.
I'm starting the day when everybody else is just waking up.
Yeah.
My work day, you know,
Yeah.
like 10 o'clock, everyone else is just starting theirs. So by noon, I'm done,
Yeah.
you know, which is great. So
Yeah.
for me, I
Plan?
loved the change.
And I mean, moving from the other station to Kiss, I mean, initially, I felt a lot of pressure, right? But once we got going, I love it now.
Yeah.
But, if it didn't work out as well as I thought it would, then I think I'd probably be really unhappy right now as well.
Yeah.
But, things have worked out.
It did.
And I'm happier. So, yeah, sometimes change can work for the better.
But when it doesn't, when it's very, very hard, is there a line where you should draw and like, okay, this change is too much? Like, is there a place where maybe you become overly sad, not necessarily depressed, but to a point, are there signs where you should maybe let the change be more gradual or move backwards? Is there some kind of sign that is very obvious that you've seen
Okay,
before?
so definitely talking about sudden changes. So when you're talking about like what Glenn said, shifting from one station to another, you're informed early. There is a gradual change. You have time to prepare for it, but sometimes change can occur suddenly, without warning, and it just hits you, or it comes all at once. So sometimes we can prepare for it. But, like what FD says, he wakes up in the morning and suddenly, oh, my both goals are gone. They're not really gone, but it's
Yeah.
like, oh my goodness, they're both gone. And it hits you, the realization hits you. And then you have a whole host of different emotions that sudden feeling gives you a shock feeling and brings about like a denial, oh, I can't believe this is happening. So then there's this emotion there. And sometimes if you allow yourself to dwell in it, there is some resentment or there's anger even. So the negativity starts to breed and you start to brood about it. And these are some of the stages that we go through.
So how do we deal with that?
So wonderful that all of you are talking about it because you talk about a mindset shift and how you see things differently, right? So
Jerry, okay.
Yes.
Hold on. I think we'll go on air and talk about this. So ask Jerry that
How do we
question
deal
once
with
again.
that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good morning and welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. It is Therapy Tuesday with award-winning psychologist from the therapy room, Dr. Geraldine Tan. Good morning and welcome once again, Jerry.
Good morning.
Good morning, Dr. Jerry. Today we're talking about change, and change can come in so many forms: negative, positive, sudden, gradual. But not everyone can deal with changes in their lives. So how can we manage change?
So earlier we were talking about it and all of you had different descriptions, but the important thing and common thread that you were able to showcase, that's why all of you are so well adjusted, is a mindset shift or a perspective. So we can perceive change as disruption, and that would bring all the negative emotions. But what your had described is, okay, there is a change in routine. How can I prepare myself, or how can I look upon it as something that is maybe neutral? I can try. So it's something that you can try. Or it is something that is actually exciting. So the emotions would be excitement, right? So then you have the energy, you would propel yourself forward to try it, you would propel yourself forward to even test the waters. So there's this perspective that you're taking that is neutral to positive. Yeah.
Jerry, I'm listening to all this, and I'm a firm believer in acknowledging what it is.
Yes.
How important is it to acknowledge that adjusting to this change is going to be difficult? Because 9 times out of 10 it is. And if you don't acknowledge that, you're not going to get anywhere.
So like if you're in denial.
Yeah.
Or how to not be in denial, basically.
So I think it's very interesting what FD was saying about, there needs to be some effort that we put in. Now we're so familiar, or we love our routine because we're so familiar with it. We can do things with our eyes closed. Even if it's difficult, we know exactly where the challenges are. So even if we trip and fall, we complain about it, but we know when we trip and fall. To have change, it means that you need to put in effort to create another routine. And that effort, sometimes we are a little bit lazy, and we feel like, oh, do I really have to? And then we dare not step forward. But when you make that difference, just like Angel, when you got tofu and the whole environment changed for you, you need effort to create that initial change, and then things start to fall into a new rhythm. So that effort cannot be denied. So when you acknowledge that there is effort that needs to be put in initially, that helps a lot. And then we start to break it down. What kind of effort? What kind of work do I need to do? Rather than challenge, we look upon it as, what adjustments can I make? Yes, I have to do it, but let me be brave and try it. It may not be so bad after all. And we really enjoy the reels of tofu.
Yeah, it's like when I'm vacuuming the floor, and then 5 minutes later I'm vacuuming the floor, and then 5 minutes later I'm vacuuming the floor. I'm like, this is never going to end, is it?
Okay, let's continue to talk to Jerry on The Big Show TV. It's 8:14.
Kiss 92 Time Check brought to you by Putian.
You got to get one of those things that go on the ground.
The robo.
Vacuum.
Yeah.
I have to say, when I heard that she was getting
Another dog.
not just a dog, but a golden retriever, I'm like, this woman is out of her mind.
But it looks like you have space for a
He's
golden
the
retriever.
cutest. I do. Yeah. But he is getting bigger. But I had a train of thought, but now I've lost it. I'll come back to it.
But let's look at change management. I think let's consolidate into 5 different things, right? Change, how we manage change. So change management actually comes from organizational psychology, but we can use it. All of us can use it. So the very first thing is acknowledging that the environment, so the culture, 5 C's. First, the culture, the environment, the lifestyle, or certain things will change. So when Angel got tofu, or FD was talking about your girls having a new chapter of their life, you too had a new chapter of your life. Glenn, changing stations. Definitely, I'm not sure what you said, but
No, I'm the opposite.
Oh yes,
She
yes,
loves
you're
changes.
constantly
I'm too, yeah.
changing the environment. So for you, if you keep with a static environment, that would be change for yourself. So acknowledging that the culture might change, having a new leader, the culture might change, the environment might change. So that's what first key.
Is there a way to prepare for change? I mean, like people always say, make contingency plans. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
always.
Like with FD, you knew that the girls were eventually going to leave.
Oh, and
for me, I knew that the dog was coming.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, okay, there's certain things that you can't plan for,
Yeah.
sudden loss and things like that you can't plan for. But for the things that
No.
you know are going to happen, can't you start early with that mindset change and prepare, say, the house or whatever it is you need to do to make that transition a little bit easier?
Yeah. So the second one is communication, to talk about it, right? So when you start talking about it, you start realizing you're not alone in that anxiety, fear, excitement, or all the different emotions, or you're not the only one preparing for it. I know the teens, especially the teen boys, they're really, really cute, right? They go through that transition, and then they start having like partners, and then I go like, okay, maybe I should talk to them about, the partners and the not forever part.
Oh my gosh, yes, yeah.
Yeah, so that sometimes heartbreak might come. I know that it's so lovey-dovey now and it's puppy love, and I can see the flutters in their eyes. Then Auntie Jerry has to go in and go like give you the hard stuff.
But
right?
you can't
And they talk
though.
about it.
Exactly.
You can't because
we
everybody
could end up together.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody that gets together with someone, no matter what age they are, always think that that's their forever.
Oh,
So
I
it's
never.
very hard to
Yeah.
understand
I absolutely
otherwise, you know?
Wait,
I never thought that.
That's interesting. So,
Oh, really?
So you
You
got with
never
someone
thought that?
before.
I only one person in my life, and that's only after we spent a longish time together that I was like, okay, this might be because if not, I was just like, this is for now. If
Oh,
it
really?
continues, this is for this week. If we stay
wow.
together next week, okay. Then if we stay together next month, okay. Then if
Good. But you'll never settle, right?
no,
But
yes, I will never
it's
say.
there for she's looking for change. You see, most
Yes.
of us are
See,
not.
I'm
Yeah, most-
consistently changing, so at least it's
Correct.
kind of a consistency, right?
Yeah. So
FD
most
is
of us
different.
know.
no,
To each his own, right?
to each his own.
yeah.
Absolutely.
No, it's fine. But
Yeah.
most of us, definitely is the minority, or she takes the other camp. Majority of the teens, of the adults, of the people tend to go into a relationship for forever.
Yeah.
And that's what we are taught to do also. But unfortunately, with the younger ones, where their emotional maturity is not quite there, I had to talk to them about it. So talking about it helps them prepare, and then it doesn't feel so bad when they have to break up or they have to part ways. It doesn't feel as horrible as before. Yeah.
That's kind of preparation for that, I guess.
Yeah. So a bit of that preparation. The third C would be courage, and that's being adventurous. So change comes when you are adventurous, where you dare to go out and say, okay, I'm going to try something. And the fourth one is conviction. You cannot step into change and start to wobble and waver and go like, maybe I'm in, maybe I'm out, maybe I'm in. I mean, Angel, you can't throw tofu away and say,
No.
I tried it and I
There-
don't like it.
There are
No, you
moments, but
cannot.
no. I'm joking.
You know what though? Because I got Snowball online, right? I got her on like the American version of
Craigslist?
Carousel. Yeah, so
Yeah,
I got her on
Craigslist.
Craigslist, and she told me she was gonna be small, right? But then because it's like
She was
the
a
mom
puppy.
got pregnant from some street dog, and so they had puppies that they didn't want, so that's why I managed to get it. So then, I mean, she said it would stay small because the mom was a teacup, but Snowball kept growing. And then at 3 or 4 months, I called Lita. I was like, yo, she is so much bigger than you said she would be.
Yeah.
Like, can I return her? And she gave me the option. She said, like, you know, if we can try to rehome her, but you would have to pay for the rehoming fee.
Yeah.
And I was like, in that case, maybe I'll keep her. And I'm so glad I did. Best decision of my life. But
Right.
Yeah.
that change when I had her was like the biggest commitment that I've ever.
Yeah.
She's the only constant that I've had that I've chosen in my life besides my family, which cannot choose that.
You
right?
can't choose your family.
It's
No.
not easy. It's not easy looking after a dog. You
No.
know?
Or
Especially
any-
first-time dog owners. It's stressful.
I
It can
think-
be really stressful, especially if you get it from a puppy.
And it's not easy looking after another living thing. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? Whether it's a baby or an animal or
a boy.
I know my
or a
wife has said
boy.
that about me
Yeah,
many
I'm
times.
sure. She's got commitment right there.
Yeah, a lot of it.
So, you know, whenever people say a pet is a lifetime of commitment,
It's
Take
very
that very
it's
seriously.
so
True.
true. But the joy that they
Of their
give
life,
you, though.
lifetime for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
literally
some-
their whole life.
but some pets are not, you know, a joy all the time. Like, you know, my Jack Russell Terrier, you know, he terrorizes me even till today. Sometimes if I want to sleep in the afternoon, he wakes me up, you know,
Oh
that
my
kind of thing. I'm like,
gosh.
get out of my face now!
You
But
need to
that's how you talk
communicate.
to
You need to
her.
communicate.
Yeah, that's how you talk to a
Stop
Jack Russell
screaming
Terrier.
to him.
Yeah, I'm shouting at him half the time.
Yeah, and that's why he keeps bugging you.
I think so.
Karma.
But I love him, you know.
Returning energy.
Yeah, exactly.
I love the
Okay,
guy, but
we gotta
you know,
come
it's his
in.
nature.
Got traffic.
Okay, Jerry, so sorry we were talking among ourselves. We'll continue to talk to you on the Big Show TV. All right, it is, yes, Shalini?
That was the
Traffic.
Oh,
TV.
no, I see. Okay, we're coming up. Welcome back to the Big Show and the Big Show TV. We are with Dr. Geraldine Tan from the Therapy Room. We're with her every Tuesday on Therapy Tuesday. Good morning, Jerry.
Morning.
Good
we
morning.
spoke about the five C's: culture, communication, courage, conviction, and the last C is compassion. So yes, because Daphne was asking, right? How can we backtrack? Can we, how do we know it's too much for us? And one of the things about compassion is knowing that you have options. So Daphne, your friend did you a great favor by letting you know that you had the option to return Snowball. And
Rehome. I guess.
rehome, and you then sat with it, realizing you're not stuck, you're not cornered, you're not snookered, and then you started to think about it: is this change beneficial for me? And you started to be compassionate to yourself. You were compassionate to yourself first, by asking your friend, because you felt like you couldn't deal with the change, which is fine. Because it is tiring, it is effortful, and when you realize you had options and you were not stuck, that really helped you. So having options, being kind to yourself, giving yourself time, pacing with yourself, all these are compassion towards the self. Yes, Angel.
I mean, it seems for animals, it's a little bit easier because you have the option to rehome them, right? But what happens if you have children? Because
I mean, you can rehome
So
children.
you can rehome them. That's what grandparents are for.
Is there an SPCA for
because,
children?
because women do go through this
Postmortem.
No, not postmortem.
Postnatal depression.
Postnatal depression,
depression.
and it's a big change. Like for dogs and all that, it's called buyer's remorse. But for
cognitive dissonance.
yeah, for children, what do people do when that kind of change happens? And that's permanent.
They go look for Dr. Geraldine Tan.
I think compassion
Well-
in that sense is very important, right?
It's hard though for a lot.
Compassion, knowing how much rest you need, making use of resources that are around you. I mean, really, really good point, Angel, because so many women think that, I'm stuck with my kid for the rest of my life. Oh my God, it's such an extreme thought. You perceive it like a disruption to your life. You're kind of doomed for life. So you wake up every day filled with dread, and that's not a very
Yeah.
nice way to wake up to each and every day. So knowing that you have support, knowing that you have resources out there, knowing who is out there for you and where you can go and what you can do for yourself. Because
There you
a
go.
lot of times these women say, I have no time, I cannot do anything, my life is over. Oh no, your life is not over, it is only just beginning.
That's why FD is so different, you see. His daughters were staying with him till they were in their 30s, I think. And still, after they left, now he feels sad. Other parents
Yeah.
just want their kids
Actually-
out as quickly as possible.
Actually,
No,
that
my
is
mom
a
doesn't.
that's a very interesting observation, Glenn.
Thank you.
That emptiness syndrome has left me with a degree of sadness.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. Because other people are like, they cannot wait for their kids
Yeah.
to get out.
Exactly.
Finally, we
Trust
can
me.
do things.
But
Trust
at
me.
some point, did you want them to be out of the house?
Never.
Oh, okay, so that's probably why, because the
Never.
change that
FD
you
is one of a kind.
If I were his wife, I go like, what? I'm not enough, is it? Okay, anyway, here's XG with
Wow,
New
yo.
Dance on Kiss 92.
Yeah, create problems in my house.
or Michelle's like, I've already done so much. Let them go already.
Yeah. I'm sure Michelle is like, yeah, I don't mind. Yeah, they've got their own
Yeah,
lives now.
go,
Okay,
go,
go.
Is she dealing with it badly as well?
We went through a stage. I mean, I think she's fine with it now.
You are not still.
No, I'm not.
Still.
No.
Wow.
I'm not. Not at all.
But they're here.
Doesn't matter.
So FD, you brought us to the other part of the exercise, right? So one part of my exercise is to think about what you think you are losing, because there's this loss part of things. And then to balance it a little bit, I would like you to think about what you are gaining or what have you gained. So there's loss and there's gain, because FD, you're still here, you're still functional, you're still amazing. So things that you think you have lost and things that you have gained, grandchildren, son-in-laws,
Yeah, that one we can skip, man.
Peace and
Family.
quiet.
Yes, the freedom to walk around the house naked,
Naked.
now.
Finally.
Peace and quiet, You can take a nap without someone,
Okay, then I throw this at you, Jerry. I see all that I've gained.
What
the
have you
time,
gained, though? Yeah.
The time, the time to spend with Michelle, the time to travel, the time to do what I want to do
The peace.
without having to
Ask anybody else.
ask anybody
Yeah.
else, to consider anyone
Yeah.
else. I can do all that.
but
Peace, no, because they never gave me trouble, so I never lost.
No,
there's
as in
peace.
as in actual peace
Like
and quiet.
sound.
Like peace and quiet,
yeah.
But what's weighing the other side is time. Time with the children,
That he is.
which I have lost.
did you spend a lot of time with them as an
Well, they
as-
A
lived
lot.
with him.
They lived with me, so a lot.
Well, I
A
live with
lot.
my mom, and she's basically my roommate. I hardly ever see her.
No, we
That's because you're out.
we
Yes.
spent a lot of time.
No,
with
my
them.
mom is also out a lot. Yeah. Also, they were home a lot with you.
So there's that. As yet, I haven't found that balance.
But you know what? You spend a lot more time with your children, like every weekend, right?
Yeah.
Than a lot of parents do.
Yep.
yeah, and I don't know how they do it.
A lot.
Yeah.
I
A
have
lot
no
of parents
idea how
don't
they
see
do
their
it.
kids until maybe once a month, maybe once in 2 months.
I have no
but
idea.
you guys have a great tradition
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
will go on forever.
I
My
have
sister
no
comes over every day. My younger sister with the
Oh,
kids.
yeah?
Yeah, so
That's
there you
nice.
go.
But we all live in the same area, like
Yeah.
all within a 5-minute drive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are they
See,
far
that's
away
what-
from you?
Yeah, very.
That's why the government
It's
encourages
Singapore.
everyone to
Yes.
Yeah.
to live close
closer
together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but Singapore is no excuse. Sorry, go ahead, carry on, Jerry.
No worries. So if you go back to the 5 different levels, right, there's a change in culture, there's a change in that environment. After he talks about it and he tries different things. So, but I suppose it still doesn't hit the spot, right? So what does FD need to spend more time? What kind of quality time would he like to spend with his children? And that needs to be communicated with your girls, with the understanding that there is a change in the environment.
So ideally, if you had your way, they would live with you.
Absolutely. I would be ideally, if I had my way, I would be the ultimate Peranakan family, big landed property.
with
Everybody's
everybody.
Yeah,
living in
but
one
you see,
house.
this guy has the ability to buy a big
This
landed
is
property
true.
and have a
Everybody under the roof,
multi-generational
yeah.
home.
Okay,
Yeah.
but the reason why I let them go is because I know they need that.
No lah.
They need
Have
that.
you asked them that whether they want their own space or they want to live with you?
No, they want their own space.
Yeah.
If you have a
okay.
multi-generational home, you have a bungalow, you see
Yeah.
whether they
You
want to stay
No,
with
and
you.
you
or
can
not.
all have different sections, right? You can have entrances that come in, separate entrances. People have that.
Yeah.
Separate
It's true.
floors and
It's
stuff
true.
like that.
No,
You can do
trust
that.
me.
Yeah.
If he has a bungalow, they'll all be willing to,
for
to
sure.
stay with
Oh,
him.
of course.
For
yeah,
sure,
yeah.
100%.
Each one will have their
I
own
don't
pool
know.
as well.
I don't
Correct.
think so. I don't
Yes,
think
I think so.
I think so. Yes.
so. I must
Yes.
ask them.
But
I
you
will
need,
ask them.
you see, because now you are giving them the option of your HDB flat.
Yeah.
No disregard
no,
for an
no,
HDB
no.
flat, and there is no other option.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You
that's
can't
true.
have a multi-generational
Exactly.
HDB flat,
No,
that's
so
for
if
sure.
Yeah.
if you tell them come and live with me, they're like, no, it's okay. I
Yeah.
have no space.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
But if you give them a house,
You see,
of course they're gonna
dangerous. If these gears are turning, I can see it from here.
Chinkity chinkity the
But
wheels.
he's like that, he's like that.
He's like,
Right?
there
It's like-
is a way to get what I want.
No, I think at the end of the day, they said they wanted their freedom, which is I understand, but I also feel that they need that.
100%.
I think there are
You need
drawbacks.
it as
I
well.
think
You
there
need
are
it as well.
drawbacks to the multi-generational.
You are
home.
so nice. I will play my inheritance money card.
If you
get
want
my way.
right? If you want to be in my will,
Yes.
you live with me.
Correct.
Ashley Yo says I should consider renting a black and white bungalow.
white.
Yeah.
I think all the rid out places all taken already, lah.
You know there are more places that have black and whites besides
There are
that.
a lot.
I don't know anywhere else.
So many. Whitley Road, Goodwood Hill, so many.
Okay, stop it, all of you.
Malcolm
I'm not getting
Park.
black and white house. Enough already.
Okay. So Jerry, let's just recap again very, very quickly the 5 C's.
Culture, which is environment, communication, which is to talk and communicate with the other person, courage, which is being adventurous, conviction, staying strong and not wavering in that decision that you've made, the choice that you've made, and the last one is compassion, where you do need to put in effort and you do need to work on those challenges.
Oh, sorry.
Amazing.
Did you
No,
put your
she was
hand up?
counting.
I was
Oh,
counting
oh,
for her,
oh,
yeah.
She wasn't putting her hand up.
No, but I think these are really great things to look out for in terms of when we are going through change. What are the things that we can look for to make sure that we're looking at it in either a positive or negative, or be aware of how we're taking the change.
And then prepare yourself.
yeah.
Yeah. So if you fail to prepare.
And we just had a little sort of sampler of how CBT kind of worked with FD as the example just now. So the series of questions that I had.
Did you say CBT?
CBT? Yeah, I heard CBT. What's that?
CBT?
It's a therapy.
Yeah, cognitive
Method.
behavioral therapy.
Oh.
Yeah,
right, okay.
yeah.
You guys clearly have not gone to therapy before.
I've never gone to therapy.
Oh, it's great. I highly recommend it.
Really?
Yes.
Actually, I want to go,
100%. You know what?
Dr. Jerry still won't let you on her couch.
He won't, she won't, yeah.
Huh.
And all of us have our group therapy every Tuesday. And for
Yes,
those
we
that
do.
have- yeah, those that are listening in, they can see how painless it is what I did with FD, and it's non-intrusive, it's not scary.
But we want to
at
go
all.
for
Yeah,
therapy because we
exactly.
want to speak about everybody else.
Okay, going on it.
Hang on.
Stand by. Welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. It's The Big Show every Tuesday because Daphne Koo joins us. Okay, we are with Dr. Geraldine Tan from the therapy room, and now we know why the Flying Dutchman is the CEO of Traffic, because he takes it very,
I take
does.
it very
Of
seriously.
course he
Seriously.
does.
Of course he
He
does.
gets upset when the screen doesn't reload.
Yeah, exactly.
Or work.
I get-
yeah.
I get very
He gets
upset.
very
Don't,
upset.
don't need
Dr.
to.
Jerry,
It's fine.
I mean, you are our in-house therapist. Can you please advise the Flying Dutchman how to remain calm, especially with something like traffic?
Yeah, because
Honestly, he gets really, really angry.
in like 10 minutes, you'll get a chance to update.
Yeah,
no,
everyone.
No,
yeah.
I tell you,
Motorists again.
let me explain, Jerry, why I get like this. Because at the moment when the traffic bed is playing, right, the music you hear, there is someone on the road going, oh, good, I'm going to know what's happening ahead of me.
Yes.
And if I cannot tell them that,
Yeah.
then I have failed that one listener.
But it's not your fault.
But I have failed that one listener, and that is one too many failures.
You know who has failed that listener? The traffic people that churn the traffic out.
I can always say I should have refreshed earlier. You
Oh,
know?
is that why
Yeah.
it didn't work?
No, I don't know. I don't
Wait,
know.
wait. I'm on the website. It loads for me, and there's nothing. There has
There's
been
nothing,
nothing for the
yeah.
last hour, so you're good.
Nah,
Yeah, you're
it's
good.
still.
It's school holidays.
you're
No one
hoping
is
that
out
there's an
there.
accident.
No,
nobody.
I have a responsibility to that one person.
Nobody is out
who
there
needs
right
to
now.
know traffic.
Everyone's
what
still
it is.
asleep.
And I think
No,
we're
Angel.
very
No.
grateful for FD,
Yes.
who
Yes.
is so responsible. If
He
I was
is.
driving on the road right now, I
Yeah.
would feel so supported.
Correct.
Thank you, FD.
Thank you. Thank you.
Only FD.
Okay, wait.
FD.
I'm staying
The Minister
corrected.
of Traffic.
It's just heavy traffic everywhere. So you were correct.
You're good. You're
You were
good.
correct.
Scroll down.
Oh, it's just heavy traffic.
He's only been doing this for
This
the
is
past
5 a.m.
25 years. Okay, anyway, we're with Dr. Geraldine Tan, and Shalini says, okay, time to go.
Oh, really?
That's what she says. Yeah, it's
I just saw
8:38.
the red card. Okay, so 40 minutes with you. This has been a
Yes.
40-minute
Yeah.
therapy session with Dr. Geraldine Tan.
Right?
Send us the bill later.
No, that is very expensive. I have to tell you guys. She's doing us a huge favor.
You know what? I want to go for therapy. I want to see. Well, do we call it therapy?
Yeah.
If you just need to go down and
Talk,
talk to someone.
yeah.
Yes, that's exactly
Because you know
what
I'm
therapy
so sick and tired of like talking to people who are stupid, right?
Yeah, of course.
You know what? You might as well talk to a professional. You know how
Yeah.
sometimes like you're desperate. I'm not saying that I have been going out there looking for people to talk to,
Yeah.
but you know, in
sounds
order
lonely.
to be more steady than I already am, right? I want to be
Yeah.
able to talk to this person about things that perhaps maybe I feel uncomfortable talking to my loved ones about.
Yeah.
You know, my deepest, darkest thoughts and feelings.
So, do you want to release? Do you want a response, or do you just want someone to listen? Is that what it is?
Does a therapist give you solutions?
What?
No, we don't give you advice. We don't give you solutions, but we help you to think, reflect, and clarify so that you can function a little bit better. We clear the fog, as I always say.
I have a good
Clear the
analogy
fog.
for it. So if you have a toothache and you don't want to do anything about it, you tell like your friend or
Yeah.
your mom
Nothing
or whatever.
happens.
Yeah, you're just like, oh, it hurts, you know,
Yeah.
like very validation. Oh, I'm sure in a day or two it will go
Go
away.
away.
You go to a dentist, they're gonna tell you exactly what's wrong. So if
And-
you go to
yeah.
a therapist, I feel like they can help you assess why you're feeling a certain way.
Yep.
So you understand the root of it. Not necessarily a solution, but why you're
But
feeling
it's
that
getting
way.
down to the base, the root of the problem.
Yeah, would you say that's kind of accurate of therapy?
Well, for some situations, yes. But some people really just need to download, as I call it, and they just need
Right.
to release all the difficulty, challenges in their life, and they feel so much better.
I think Glenn has too much downloading. He needs to offload. He
And
needs
I
to
will
get
bring
everything of it.
I will bring a bottle of whiskey
There,
as
see?
well.
You know, I've
It's called a hang.
You did.
I've been
Yeah.
listening, Jerry. I just want to say this very quickly before we have to run. I've been listening to what all of them have been saying over the last 3 minutes, and you know that this whole thing of I need to download, I need to do this, I need to do that. If you've been listening to Dr. Jerry as I have over the last couple of years, a lot of your problems would already have been solved
Wow, see?
if you just
He said we
listen.
haven't listened. That's
To
what
whom?
he
Sorry,
said.
I wasn't
Just
listening.
if you just listen. So those of you listening to us, listen with an open mind every Tuesday. You'll be surprised how many problems you can solve.
Wow, he just said that none of us listen except him.
No, I was
al-
talking to Glenn.
Oh,
I was talking to me.
oh, is it just you? Is it okay?
I think so, yes. He won't dare mess around with the both of you.
Not the women, man. I'm not stupid.
I think I'm not going to partake in this. I'm going to run. But before I run, because Taman does calligraphy, I was trying to write my Chinese words here.
Oh.
Can see?
Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh.
You did it, but it was so loud, Glenn.
What are those words?
I know we weren't talking about crisis, but this is crisis. 危机
危机
is crisis. But in every crisis, there is always an opportunity. So 危 means danger, and D means opportunity. So in every crisis, there is always
nice.
an equal opportunity. So look for it this week.
I like
Well done,
that.
Jerry.
I
Thank
really
you.
like that.
Thank you, Jerry.
Dr. Jerry.
Thank you so
No
much.
worries.
By the way, do you give out Xanax?
No, that's
Oh
a
my goodness.
psychiatrist, not a
That's right. Sorry,
psychologist.
sorry,
That's
sorry.
not her. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Jerry. Thank you so much for
Please,
joining
like
us.
headache. Bye.
Bye bye.